Hi, I'm Becca. Welcome to What the Health. Today we'll be exploring the topic of anxiety. Coming up for you today, we'll show you an interview with a professional from the charity Lifespace, a live discussion with a student enrichment officer, some useful advice for coping with your anxiety, and stick around for a fun challenge to demonstrate some anxiety coping mechanisms. First up, we spoke to Rachel from the charity Lifespace to get her insight on teenage anxiety.
I am here at Lifespace, a charity that helps young people with their mental health. Today, we're going to be going inside and speaking to one of the many support staff that Lifespace have to offer.
Lifespace is a charity based in Stratford-upon-Avon that supports the wellbeing of young people across South and Mid Warwickshire. Those young people are aged between 7 and 19. And our programmes are designed to help them build the self-esteem, resilience and confidence that we all need to thrive. Thank you. So most of our work currently is one-to-one mentoring. So that's where a trusted adult sits down with a young person and talk about what's on that young person's mind. And those young people come to us usually through schools, parents and teachers, and occasionally through other agencies who know them well and think they would benefit from working with a mentor one-to-one. Our group work is a smaller part of our work, but it gives young people the chance to share experiences and talk to each other. And one of the most powerful things about group activities are that you know that you're not alone and what you're going through is not unique to you. So they both work really well for different people. Most requests for mentoring come from a school, from a teacher or somebody who's noticed that things don't just seem the same for you. That could be that you're noisier, you're quieter, or they just notice a change. I think anxiety is typically anticipation or fear of the future. And there's a level of anxiety that's healthy and almost natural for us. So it sort of gets all those, so if you think about before you do an exam or you do something, you sort of get that rush of adrenaline, and it's how we're chemically programmed to respond to things. Yes, and there's plenty of evidence to suggest that that's the case. And again, I think it's, the impact of COVID was transformative. Suddenly, for most people, they can't imagine what it would be like for everything they know to shut down. Schools shut down, shops shut down, recreational activities, things you do with your friends. Suddenly, all those things stopped. So in that situation, fear of what happens next is just completely natural. So I think that's the other thing, to just say it's completely natural to be anxious. Firstly, I'd say it's completely natural. It's completely natural to be anxious. So don't worry that there's anything wrong with you or there's something that you should be able to get over yourself. The second thing is talk to somebody. Talk to somebody you trust. And that can be really difficult, and definitely one of the things we know is that when young people are brave and bold enough to talk to somebody, if they don't get the response they were hoping for, that can make them stop talking to anybody. So I'd say think about who you talk to. Think about whether that's a parent or carer, think about whether that's a teacher, think about whether that's your friends. But do start talking, because we know that telling other people means that you can start getting the support you need to turn anxiety from something you can't manage to something that is just part of who you are in your life.
Charities like Lifespace are available to anyone across the country. You can find your nearest one just by searching up mental health charities.
Thanks to Lifespace for giving us an insight into what they do and how they help young people. Now, here to answer your questions, we have Sam, the Student Enrichment Officer.
Hi.
Hi. So our first question we've got was, do you have any methods to keep calm or keep your mind off things?
Yeah, I like to read a nice book, have a nice bath in the evenings if I'm stressed out, as well as go for a walk. I know it's getting a bit colder, but you can always put a hat and a coat on and just go for a circle route around your block.
Why do you think there isn't enough support for young people who are struggling with mental illnesses?
I think that there is a lot of support at the moment, but maybe wait times are really long, so that discourages people from using them. I know that in college you've got about a month's waiting list, but outside of college with the NHS it's 2-3 months. So for people that are trying to get support, it's harder to get it.
Is there a specific type of support you think needs improving more than others?
Definitely just the people that first call, so mental health support workers or counsellors. It needs a bit more people on hand to help out the students and people that need it.
Do you think you can tell when someone's struggling?
No, not at all. I think if you're super close with them and they're your best mate, you might be able to tell a difference. Or if they're a work colleague that you see all the time, you might be able to see that their day is a little bit different or they're reacting differently. But most people like to mask how they're feeling, and they kind of like make it look like everything's fine and everything's normal, and then behind closed doors it's not.
What advice would you give to someone who's noticed someone close to them struggling?
Just talk to them, see if you can figure out what the issue is, take them away from that problem. So if it's like in their house, they can go for a walk or take them away, do like an activity. If it's college work, have proper breaks, you know, get involved in like activities that will like take their mind away from stress, that type of thing.
Do any clubs you run help students improve their mental health?
Yeah, so at the moment we've got 2 really good clubs that are running really well. You've got Pride Club and Art Club. Art Club's brilliant for mental health and stuff like that because we do lots of mindfulness activities. Nothing has to be state-of-the-art work. It just needs to be relaxing, fun. We do colouring in. We've done a lot of clay models and stuff like that, just to take you away from the college day and kind of relax before you go home or before your next lesson. And then we have Pride Club, which is really good, and you get to meet loads of other people from the LGBT community. So you get to make friends and kind of network with people who might be the same sexuality as you, or like have the same gender identity. When you feel a bit alone sometimes in what you're feeling, you've got other people to kind of rely on, and that obviously helps with your mental health.
How has the way students struggling with anxiety changed in recent years?
I think that a lot of students are suffering more with anxiety now because obviously we've just come out of COVID, so they don't have like the connections or the networks that they had if they had stayed in like school and made those friends. Then people find it hard to do that all of a sudden. So I think that's the way that it's changed.
And what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's struggling right now?
To talk it out. Just find one person that you can trust to talk it out and kind of get the help that you need. And definitely, like I would say, start journaling how you're feeling in just like a simple book, because then you can see what might be your triggers or what makes you more upset, and you can kind of stay away from those things and work on the things that make you feel happy. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
That's okay.
Now we have a video on sharing tips on coping with anxiety.
Hi, I'm Kai, and this is how I cope with my anxiety. Feeling anxious? Cup of tea. Add a splash of milk. And some sugar. Got the fear feeling? It's time for some healing. Take a stroll in a flowery meadow. Want to feel calmer? Inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathtaking. Feeling restless? Music can help. Make sure it's the right song though. Oh, I didn't see you there. Did you know meditation can help with a raised heartbeat? Everyone, by your thoughts, put it down on paper. That's just some of the ways I cope with my anxiety. These coping mechanisms might not be for you, but I do love a cup of tea and Ho'oponopono. If you are struggling with your anxiety and seeking more help, visit these websites and addresses.
Remember, never be afraid to reach out and ask for help. For more information on how to access services, head to our website www.whatthehealth.com. Now it's time for our drawing challenge. I'm joined by Kai, and we're going to be giving something to do, draw blindfolded, and the other person must guess what the drawing is. We have 30 seconds to draw it. So Kai, you can draw first.
Okay.
So if you want to go on that side, of course. And then you've got some question cards there. So if you want to pick one up, and then I'll look away and you can show everyone what it is.
Of course.
Cool. And then if you want to put on your blindfold.
Yes.
And then just start drawing.
Okie dokie.
It's a bit fiddly.
Okay, ready?
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, go. A house. Is it a house?
I can't believe you. Yes.
Was it a house?
Yes, that's
oh
a
my
house.
gosh.
Hang on, can I just finish it?
Yeah, you may.
Okay.
Go on. There you go. Your windows are really wonky, I'm afraid to tell you that.
Oh, thanks, Becca.
They're not very good. You have full sight now. You have no excuses. What are you playing at? That's it.
I just like wonky houses.
Okay, that's a great house then.
Thank you. Ready?
Yes.
Your turn.
Oh, it broke.
That really is wonky, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you flip the paper over?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then if you look away, and I'll show everyone what mine is. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Circle with a hat on. With a squiggly hat. A pineapple.
He flies on a roof.
He flies on a.
Yeah,
flies
no,
on a
he
roof.
doesn't fly on the roof.
Okay.
He has reindeers and he sings songs.
Oh,
And he's
really?
like, jingle bells, jingle. He does stuff like that,
Really?
and everyone likes him.
Everyone likes him.
And he's got a big round tummy, and he goes ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, my time's
up.
up.
Father Christmas.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a.
Okay, you
It's
can
really
draw another
something
one.
else. Okay. Sure thing. Right.
Oh, I love this game.
It's so funny.
It is.
It's so fun. Oh,
It's really hard to
Right,
like,
look
tell
away, Becca.
where you're drawing
look away.
on there.
I'm gonna cry. Okay.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
Right, your time starts now.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kai, and this is how I cope
How are you
with
supposed
my
to draw this?
Hi, I'm Kai.
A teapot that's wonky.
So you
It-
sit on it.
Kind of looks like
That's a person sitting.
a toilet.
Yeah.
I'm so good at this.
I mean, it kind of looks like a toilet.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think you're winning on that one.
I think I am, to
Okay.
be honest.
Right, I'll
It
draw
looks-
one more.
Magical.
Kai, if you want to look away.
Of course.
Okay. Where's the pen? Okay, I'm ready. 30.
Square, rectangle.
People throw stuff in it that they don't
People
want.
throw stuff in it.
Yeah, like when you have stuff that you don't want and you want to get rid of. You can also get trucks that come and pick up these things, and they come to your house. They're very nice. They come to your house for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, my time's up.
Your time's up.
It was a bin, so that was meant to be like the lid.
Yeah.
Like that was that. So you can now vote on our social media at What the Health and whose drawings you thought were best. So this has been Anxiety on What the Health. We hope that you've taken some positive influence from this episode and you now feel better equipped to cope with yours or someone else's anxiety. For more information and extra content, check out our website www.whatthehealth.com and our social medias at What the Health on Instagram and Twitter.
Feeling it's time for some healing. Let's take a stroll.
Cat, my pen.
I actually did not see the tree.
Action. Cut.